Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we'll be looking into the input layer neurons in neural network architecture. So basically, this was the neural network architecture, that is the multi-layer perceptron that we have built from the previous example that we have seen. In this particular architecture, you can see inside the input layer, there are only two neurons. Now, why there are only two neurons, we will see in this particular video. So if you look at the example that we have seen in the previous video in the multi-layer perceptron, here this was the example. You can see this particular graph and the orientation of these data points. Let's focus on these data points. So here you can see that there are two classes, and these two classes, all the data points are arranged, or I would say they are oriented in 2D fashion. That is, here x-axis and y-axis are used to represent the location of each and every data point. So basically, if we focus on a single data point, let's say this. So here you can see this particular data point can be identified, or it can be uniquely identified with the help of these two coordinates, that is the x coordinate and the y coordinate. Similarly, if we consider any of the data points, they will also require two dimensions to represent their identity. And that is why we used two neurons in this particular architecture. Now, if we look at one more example, here you can see that we have this data point, but this data point is oriented in a 3D space. That is, here three coordinates are required to express its identity, that is the x, y, and z. Now, since three coordinates are required to represent this particular data point, that is why in the neural network architecture or the multi-layer perceptron architecture, there will be three neurons present inside the input layer. So I hope it is clear. You can see in this particular multi-layer perceptron, three inputs are required for representing every single data point which will be present in this 3D space. And that is what is the significance of input layer neurons. I hope it is clear. And now I'll tell you how to decide the total number of input neurons in the input layer of any unstructured data. For example, image data. So let's say we have this particular image. Here in this particular image, it is a grid of 4 cross 4 dimensions, and there are total 16 pixels in this particular image. This is an image of a triangle. Now, if we want to decide the total number of input neurons in the input layer, obviously we cannot decided by ourselves. But if we want to predict, or if we want to know the total number of input neurons in the input layer, then here it goes. So you can see each and every pixel of this particular image will be acting as one single neuron, something like this. You can see every single pixel is now acting as one single neuron. And similarly, this particular thing will then be used as an input layer in the neural network architecture for these types of images, something like this. So here you can see these are the input neurons. There are total 16 neurons since we had total 16 pixel values in our image. And this will be the input layer, and this input layer will then be having its hidden layer further, and then the output layer. So now I hope it is clear to you all that how we can know what exactly will be the total number of input neurons will be present inside the neural network architecture inside the input layer. I hope it is clear to you all. Now, if you want more such videos, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. And also join me on Telegram. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day ahead.